What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you've ever had issues with your mods not loading correctly, I know I have. I've had instances where I cannot even get a single mod to load, especially on Xbox. I'm gonna walk you guys through how to fix that for good and the steps to go through in order to do so. This will also work on PC, but there's a few steps that you don't need to do on PC. So first thing here, we're in our creation menu. We're gonna go to load order by pressing Y on our controller. And this is my standard load order. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna press the select button, which is the two squares on your controller, and make sure to save your load order to Bethesda.net. We're gonna hit A, we're gonna save it. And right now this is not as crucial, but later in the video, I will show you why it is very crucial to do that. So we're gonna go into our options here by pressing the start button. There's a bunch of different things you can do here. And one thing I noticed, there's an update all creations. This, at this point, I do not think works, because when I do it, it doesn't seem to re-download any of the creations. So I'll show you guys later on how to fix that as well, how to force update all of your creations. If you do it right here, it's just not gonna work. And you'll notice that there are some creations where you just plain have to re-download them, but I have a pretty simple solution for this later on. So here, the first thing we're gonna try is we're gonna go ahead and hit disable all creations. So now you can see here, there's no green check boxes on any of your mods. They are all disabled. We're gonna back out to our main menu here. Make sure to wait till it loads the creations. So back on our menu here, we're gonna hold the Xbox button. We're gonna go over Starfield. We're gonna press the start for more options, and then scroll down and then hit quit. That'll fully exit out of the game. And it's gonna bring you to your main menu here on your Xbox. And if you're on PC, this is just gonna be as simple as just closing your game and going back into it. So here we are on the main menu. We're gonna go to our creations menu again here. And here's our load order. We're gonna press Y for our load order. And we're gonna hit options and then hit enable all creations. So now all creations are enabled. We can go back to our main menu here, wait for the creations to load. And we're gonna load up one of our saves just to see if it worked. In this case, if you do get this pop-up and it asks you if you want to load from your save or your current load order, always hit current, because there might be an update or a change that you made and you want to make sure that all the mods loaded that you've added recently. So here I'm looking around in my save. It looks like it did load in correctly. I've got the nice color filter. It makes the game look a lot better to me. Here's our ship. Hey. And it looks like Sarah's got her new outfit on. So we know that mod loaded correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit. So if that did not work for you, there is another alternative to force mods to load correctly. It is a little more tedious, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. It's not that bad to do, but you wanna make sure you follow all the steps in this video, just so you don't lose your load order. So here's our load order. It's the same load order. I'm gonna go ahead and press select. That's gonna bring up the load order archive. It's the two squares. And we wanna make sure for this step that we save our load order to Bethesda.net. You might wanna test this with one of your mods first, just delete one and then reload it just to make sure it does work. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to options. And this is why it's very important that we make sure it backs up to the cloud, because we are gonna delete all of our creations. And don't worry, there's an easy way to get them back once we do. So now our load order is completely empty.
All right, so I can't record my screen with the native Xbox app, so I'm just gonna do essentially recording of my projector screen here of what we need to do. So once we exit out of the creations menu, we want to force close the game like we have done before. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go hover over Starfield and then do an actual quit. So back on our Xbox here, we are going to go into our settings because we want to do a hard reboot if our mods are still not working. So I'm going to go into power options, scroll over, and we're just going to perform a full shutdown. Because when you hold the button here and you say turn off console, it's not actually turning off the console. It's just putting it into like a sleep mode state. So we want to do a full shutdown. And then back over here on the Xbox, we want to wait till the light completely turns off. So it's kind of doing its thing. And there it goes. And I'm going to turn on the lights here. I use a projector, so I got to keep my lights off. So here's the Xbox. And for precautionary sake, we are going to pull the power cable out of it right there. So I'm going to pull the power cable out. Just fully let it pull all the power out of the unit is what we're doing. I'm going to wait about 10 seconds here. Some people say you need to press the power button to fully release all the power, so you could do that as well. I typically just pull the cord and plug it back in here. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. And we're good there. And power it back on. All right, and there we go. Looks like it turned back on, and I've got myself an ad here for Age of Mythology. Not to say I'm not excited for that game. We're going to go back into booting into Starfield. Now that we've fully rebooted our console, we've disabled and deleted all of our mods, and now we're going to go in back into Starfield and essentially restore those mods. So I'm going to start a screen record here just so you guys can see this a little more clearly. So back in Creations, we're going to load that menu back up. We're going to go back to our load order by pressing Y, and then we're going to hit that select button with the two squares, and we're going to restore our load order from Bethesda Net. Say yes, and it's going to sit here and it's going to essentially download every single mod that you had. So it's going to re-download everything, reinstall everything. And it should be back in the same load order as we had as well, which is pretty nice with this feature. And the other cool thing about this is it's also going to force it to update all of the mods that essentially it says it doesn't have an update. It's a glitch in the creations menu where it actually does have an update. So this is a way to force any updates for any of your mods on Xbox, or if you're using PC, the creations menu as well. All right, so it says all creations were downloaded. We're gonna hit OK. And you can see here that all of my load order is in the exact same load order that it was prior. Yep, I can confirm that because I know the color filter is the last mod, and I know the first mod here is the Starfield community patch. So we're gonna back out. We're gonna let the game load those mods, and we're gonna load in to see if it worked. I'm gonna just go to my last save that had all those mods loaded prior. And if it asks you to load a load order that's different than the one you had, just say load current mod load order when it asks. All right, we finally loaded back in here. We've got Sarah. We can already tell she's got her nice new outfit on that we added in our other load order guide. And looking at the colors here, I can also tell it looks like we've got our color filter on. That makes the game look awesome. There's some of my Star Wars mods. So essentially it ended up working. We ended up getting our mods to load correctly by deleting all of our mods and then force closing restarting the Xbox, pulling the power cable, putting it back in, and then restoring from Bethesda. And I know it's kind of a tedious process, and it's unfortunate that we have to do this, but it is how to get your mods to load if you are having issues where they are just plain not loading at all. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, have a wonderful day.